Greetings, family. My name is Hope Patience. I am a mother of four beautiful girls. This is my first video to the introduction of the raw realities of motherhood. I came up with this concept and the idea of raw realities of motherhood about 2 years ago when I gave birth, my first at home birth to my third child. And I realized that as mothers, we don't have an outlet or we don't necessarily have a voice um, as it concerns our challenges and different topics in the motherhood area, just becoming a parent in general, um, as it is a very huge life changing experience that, many of us are affected by. We lose a lot of who we are. I know I did with my very first child, and I did not understand the process of motherhood. And I watched my mom as a mother of 10, although we had both parents in the home. My mom was there 24/7, 365, raising us, and she had no breaks. Of course, we had a village, we had aunts, cousins who helped out and pitched in, but the duty and the obligation was always to my mom. Um, Dad was a provider and, he did his part. But I believe as mothers, we bear um, the hardest duty. We wear so many different hats. Um, and, a great deal of who we are is very much impacted. And so with this channel, I would like to reach more mothers. I would like to connect, to be able to relate, educate, and bring awareness, shining light on sensitive topics that are less talked about or less exposed. A lot of things we don't get to talk about. Um, a lot of decisions that are made for us as moms or as parents. Um, a lot of different things. The dark side of parenting, which can be very rough at times. Just feeling like sometimes we feel guilty, sometimes we feel clueless, drained. I know I have plenty of times feel like a failure, whether you feel guilty for fussing or yelling at your child, um, you know, wanting to feel like you just want to crawl into a hole sometimes. There's so many different sides to parenting and becoming a mom, and it's just definitely not all peaches and cream. And I would definitely like to touch on these topics and to um, connect with other moms and be able to relate to these and um, pretty much give tips on how to positive parents. Um, so many different things. There's so much to learn. Um, I have different things that inspire me to be a mom. For one, my mom inspired me to be um, a mom. Once I became a mother, I'll say, because I never ever wanted to really be a mom. Just seeing the responsibility that was on my mom, and as the third oldest, I helped raise a lot of my siblings. And I always said I don't want to get married, and I don't want to have any kids. And that was just from seeing her um, do so much, just sacrifice so much for us. And I didn't understand the responsibility then, and now having four of my own, I definitely understand the responsibility of a mom. And I homeschool my kids, and my kids are with me 24/7, 365. No one else takes care of them. I pride myself in these things. And you know my favorite part of being a mom is being able to take care of my children at all times and just kind of know them, know their from their physical to emotional state, their mental state, just being able to teach them and learn with them and learn myself, because I honestly do feel that kids, they teach you so much. We don't really teach them, they come here to teach us. And I have learned so much in my 11 years of being a mom. At first I thought it was going to be a walk in the park, being that I raised my my siblings, some of my siblings, but when you have your own, it is a completely different ball game. And my oldest daughter is 11, and I've learned a whole lot. I've lost so many pieces of myself and put so many new pieces back together. It has made me a stronger woman, a better woman, a better mom. I've learned so much just from her. And my second child, they're 6 years apart. So, of course, it was so much that I was able to see in between the time that we did with the first, that I was just like, oh no, we cannot do this, or we have to change these. And just changing things from my childhood as well. I was raised in a very religious home, a very not strict, but I would say very doctrinated home. And just allowing my kids, we were very much well disciplined. I was raised very old school, where children should be seen and not heard. So we were taught to be very mannerable, very respectful. And a lot of those values and morals I completely 100% agree with. But of course, having my own kids, I was able to implement those things, but in a completely different way, where I still allow my children to be free and to pretty much make decisions on their own with boundaries, of course, because the world we live in, there are boundaries, especially for children of color, but without taking away their spirits and who they really are. I feel like I'm my child's first and most important friend. Again, I was raised in a time where parents don't believe, like, they would straight up tell you, like, I'm not your friend, don't talk to me like that, or don't. But, being the type of mom I am, I allow my children to express themselves freely. Of course, with teaching them respect and how we speak to one another. And I do believe that you should be your child's very first friend. You don't want to wait until they're 15, 16, 17, and you're trying to be their friend, and now they don't want to talk to you, or they don't want to speak on certain topics to you. So I do feel like it's something that, you know, you should teach from a early, very early age. Is friendship and relationships and love. And those are some of the things that I would like to talk about and reach other parents with. Again, if you have any questions, definitely write to me. You can always reach me at the Realities of Motherhood at gmail.com. Definitely leave your feedback for me. I'm always open for that. But again, this is my first video. I'll definitely be posting more very soon. Definitely get out there, support, and share. I appreciate it. Peace.